New on BullMoon Tarot. Taurus season 2020. Air signs. Hello everyone and welcome to your air messages for the Taurus season for 2020. I know everyone is struggling with the quarantine that we're all experiencing. So let's see what messages, what are available to you from the ambassadors of air in this upcoming Taurus season. 1 second. Okay, air signs. Our ambassadors are Aquarius, Libra, Gemini. Let's see what your underlying energy for the Taurus season is. We have the Four of Swords. That's taking a break. Okay, which makes sense, given that all of us are having to take a break right now, except for our first responders who are, really being the heroes of the moment right now. Let's see what's under the Four of Swords. The Ten of Wands. We are all very, very tired. We are so over this quarantine. You're not going to find anybody who's not ready for this to be over, okay? Alright, so your energy at the heart of the matter is the Nine of Wands, so makes sense because you've got the 10 right there. Coming from the past, you have this one right here, and that is the Ten of Cups, okay? The Ten of Cups is contentment. It's getting everything you ever could have wanted. Emotional fulfillment. Absolute emotional fulfillment. Okay, and you've got two 10s, you've got a 9. So we're seeing some end of cycles here, okay? Alright, let's see what's going on for the present. And that is the Knight of Wands. We got a lot of fire coming up here for you guys for air and going into an earth season, so that's a little interesting. The Knight of Wands does whatever he wants to do. He's one of the fastest moving knights in the deck, and it gets a bad rap for not being reliable, but with every card there is an up and a downside to it, right? And the Knight of Wands, his upside is that he does what inspires him, okay? Without really putting much in the way of thought to what could go wrong or what he might be neglecting, okay? So that's why he kind of gets a bad rap for being a little bit irresponsible. Alright, so what do you have coming up for your future right here? One second. Bear with me, guys. Oops. Just had a whole bunch jump out. Way too many to take, okay? And the future for air signs is the Five of Cups, okay? Five of Cups usually talks about regret, feeling lost, sad, grieving for your advice. I need your advice. Okay, there's your advice. The advice is the Chariot, which is the sign for Cancer, and we will be going into a Cancer season before very long, right after the Gemini season, which is air. Right now, we're going to be going into the Taurus season. Keeping in mind that we're all going through this coronavirus lockdown, that should kind of temper what the cards are saying right now, okay? Alright, so let's start with this 10 of Wands over here. This 10 and 9 of Wands. So this would be the heart of the matter, and this is the underlying energy and what's underneath that. Okay, so we're all taking a break right now, even though it's a forced break. Okay, and we're all tired. Okay, we're tired of being cooped up in the house. We're tired of being suppressed, basically. It feels like everybody's been boxed in and nobody is enjoying that, okay? And you have progression from the 9 to the 10 here, and you've got more Wands energy coming up in your present, which is the Knight of Wands. And he says, get on your horse and go ride off doing whatever it is that inspires you, that gives you, that returns that creative spark to you, okay? Coming up in your future, which is kind of interesting, I'm going to argue that that's a little bit of a projection. The Five of Cups in the future means you're anticipating that you're going to grieve, or that there will be some sort of loss. And your advice is the Chariot, which means move forward. Get the head and the heart on board so that you can drive the horses forward. A lot of us are going to be experiencing some loss given, you know, the pandemic that we're up against right now. So you're coming out of the past with absolute emotional fulfillment. It doesn't get any better than that. And then at the heart of the matter is the Nine of Wands, and she is a tired soldier, usually, okay? She's stood her ground for as long as it takes. She's done the work. And then you have a progression into your underlying energy being the Ten of Wands there. So you're tired, okay? And then the Four of Wands is taking a break. I'm sorry, not Wands, Swords is taking a break, taking a time out. And then we move into the present energy, which is to do what fills your cup, okay? Do what reignites that spark. I'm going to go ahead and pick up the vice versa deck to clarify here with. I'm mostly concerned about this Five of Cups. Now, of all the positions that are available to you here, the Five of Cups is in the future position, and that is really the least significant one, because you create the future by the choices that you're making right now. However, remembering that we are in the middle of a pandemic, and a lot of us are going to lose some folks. So let's go ahead and let's talk about this Five of Cups. See what's going on here. That's the Hermit. You've got two cards talking about taking a break here. And even in the future, right? But this is more about going within and being internal and finding that star within you and remembering the light that shines within you. And it makes sense that a lot of us are in hermit mode right now, given the lockdown, the worldwide lockdown. And the Hermit is not a bad thing, okay, guys? We have to go in and we have to reflect. We have to go within ourselves sometimes, and that's perfectly okay. Let's talk about this Knight of Wands over here. What kind of energy is it that's pulling you to go do something, to go somewhere, to do something? The Ace of Cups. So love, okay? The answer is love. You're chasing what fills your cup. And let's go ahead and... Ooh, gosh, that was quite a bit. I was trying to pull a clarifier for the Chariot, and we have the Sun. We have the Sun coming up. And it's actually showing me the non-traditional side, because this is the traditional side. And with it being in reverse like that, it's like the sun has set on something, which makes sense because you've got, you know, end of cycle. You know, you've got a lot of endings here. And the Chariot says move forward. And the sun, if it were like this, it would be like move forward to what illuminates everything for you, what lights up your world, right? What makes those sunflowers grow. But it came up on the non-traditional side. So this is really looking at what is of value to you and what does make that sun shine to you. And you have to move forward towards it to be able to flip that card back over, okay? You got to get the head and the heart on board. I'm going to go ahead and go one more for the Chariot. Because that's a major arcana, and then you had a major arcana come up to clarify it, and then you've got a major arcana as a clarifier right here with the Hermit. So I'm curious as to what it is you're trying to get your head and heart on board for. That was way too many. So 1 second. Tell me about the Chariot. Tell me about the Chariot. What is it we're trying to... What is it we're headed towards? It's just not coming. 1 second, guys. What are we headed towards? The Three of Wands. Okay. So we're going in a different direction. Which would, you know, be suitable given the Chariot means you're moving. You're moving forward. And you've got a lot of movement here. You've got movement here. You've got movement here. And you have movement here. Okay. And the Three of Wands talks about what you've put in place for planning and expectation. Here's the traditional side of the card. Normally you see ships on the horizon, and he's waiting for his ships to come in. You don't see any ships here, but you got the non-traditional side. And I would say that's... there's never a wait-and-see energy. And whenever you put your efforts into something, you don't get to go sit on the sidelines and wait for it to develop or come to you, wait for your ships to come in, right? Which is what this side would imply. So he's not waiting for anybody else. He's doing his own thing. He's going in a new course, charting a new course, excuse me. And he is not bogged down by expectations, okay? So the Chariot's telling you you're going to move forward without undue expectations on others. And eventually it'll light up everything for you, okay? The sun will shine on you again, okay, guys? I want one for this Nine of Wands that is coming up as the heart of the matter. It feels a little bit heavy coming from the Ten of Cups, which is contentment, emotional fulfillment, okay? Wow, that's the Five of Cups. Okay, that's come up twice. That's right here as well. Okay, so these are two different decks. You can't make this up, guys. The Five of Cups talks about, you know, like I mentioned, it talks about grieving and loss and feeling disappointed and crying over spilled milk. And what you see here is that he's not paying attention to the two cups that he still has. Okay, he's got some cups over here that are spilled, and then there's two cups still standing, and then there's this beautiful rose that's growing right behind him that he just can't see. He can't see what he still has because he's grieving over the loss of something. Okay, there's the other side of that. Okay. All right, let's look at it over here. So yeah, so we've got the three cups down here that are spilt, and then we've got the two cups back here that she's not realizing she still has. Okay. So it's okay to grieve, guys. You got to allow yourself to mourn and grieve whatever you've lost, but you also can't let yourself stay there, okay? And you have to be able to move forward. Move forward. You see what I mean? It's okay to take a break. It's okay to grieve, but you also have to move forward and let the sun shine on your face again, okay? I'm feeling compelled to go one more here, and this popped out. Is that the Knight of Wands again? It sure is. Look at that. You also got the Knight of Wands coming up twice. Okay, so this is really about when we're allowed to begin interacting with the world again. We're gonna be feeling like we've got a fire lit under us, and it's gonna be time to do what is right for us and what inspires us again and what fills our cup. taking all the things that we've learned, all the pains and everything. You have to embrace the wholeness of the experience, okay, guys? I'm going to go ahead and get you a postcard from Spirit. If I can find where I put the deck. There it is. Just try to remember that this too will pass, okay? We're not going to be in quarantine forever, guys. And even, that's probably going to be so loud on the microphone. Even though we are in quarantine, that doesn't necessarily mean that you cannot do the things that spark your fire, you know, that really spark that creative energy within you. And I think this time of sitting out and taking a break is a great space to reevaluate what it is you love, what it is you love doing, and where you want to move forward. Right here. Dear you, there is always more than one side to an argument. Two sides, if not more, to every story, and hundreds of ways to be right, be different, be at odds, and so on. Today, we suggest that instead of looking for differences, you find a meeting place of agreement and approach this experience with understanding and compassion. Seek common ground to understand how another person thinks or how an alternate plan might be laid. Okay, so we were talking about plans, right? And an alternate plan right here. Stay out of judgment too. Observe, discern, but accept that others have different stories, experiences, and journeys, and some people might refuse to remain open to another's point of view. No matter what, you've been presented with a great opportunity to explore a new way of doing things again. Once common ground is reached, you're attracting people and situations that enrich your life and bring you wonderful things to learn. We love you so much. So maybe that grieving and loss that you're going through is a hardcore disagreement with somebody you love. And my advice to you, as well as, you know, what the postcard from Spirit is telling you, is to accept the wholeness of the experience. Stay away from the judgment zone and try to seek common ground and explore new ways of doing things. Okay, guys? Good luck to everyone during Taurus season. Thank you so much for stopping by. I hope everyone is staying healthy, and we will see you guys in the next video. Thanks so much. Bye-bye. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you in the next video.